Hi, my name is Fred Langford. I am Director of IWF International and also President of InHope, the International Hotline Association.
And you deal with the hotlines that allow people to call in and report illegal content or worrying content that they found on the internet?
Yes, indeed. So the Internet Watch Foundation is the UK hotline for reporting child sexual abuse content hosted globally, as well as extreme adult content hosted in the UK. Whereas InHope, the international hotline, is the umbrella organisation of all the different hotlines around the world, but mainly in Europe, where there's the majority of them. So we've got 42 hotlines in 37 different countries around the globe, and they handle a variety of content, but there is a common agreement that child sexual abuse content online is the focal point.
And how are you funded at present?
Well, the International Hotline Association is 100% funded by the European Commission by their Safer Internet programme. So it's around 95% of the funding comes direct from the Commission, but the other 5% comes from membership fees from hotlines that are funded by the European Commission. The Internet Watch Foundation is 75% funded by industry in the UK and 25% funded by the Safer Internet programme.
And with the cutting of costs by the government at both national and continental level, are you finding that your organisation is being hit by these cuts?
Well, the Internet Watch Foundation doesn't get funded at all by the government. It's completely independent. We do have government support, but we don't have any actual funding from the government, so it's not impacted at all. Now, the international element is slightly different because the Safer Internet programme stops in end of 2013, and there's a new Connecting Europe facility fund that runs from 2014 to 2020, and there is currently uncertainty around what that's going to fund as far as hotline or helplines or awareness raising nodes in those particular European countries, and many of the hotlines may well close if the funding is reduced.
And what would be, in the ideal world, what would be the next step for your organisation if the funding was available and you could take it on to the next level? What would that be?
Well, the next steps really are to provide reassurances to industry and the public that the quality of the work that's carried out by the hotline. So it's about auditing and providing a stamp of authority to the hotlines that they are operating as they should do. Moving slightly further on from that, it would be the standardisation of threshold levels. So when the analysts, and there's over 100 analysts working in Europe, when they actually assess content, the threshold levels of what is illegal and what isn't illegal vary. And I think to be able to have a pan-European organisation working effectively, that would be the next goal. It would be to tackle the standardisations.
And what indicators do you use as your gauge of success? Can you tell whether you've actually had success in the field, or is it
Well, there's various indicators. I mean, the rescue of victims. So a lot of the hotlines do work with victim identification, the removal of content online to stop re-victimisation of victims. But the success would be the removal of all content online. So to make it a hostile environment for paedophiles to be able to share and talk about the abuse of children.